Welcome to the Confidence Café, the podcast where I give you strategies to develop strong confidence. Hi, I'm Karina from KG Confidence Coaching, a life coach specialized in confidence building. I work with teenagers between the age of 12 and 25 to help them thrive in school, at home, and in their life in general. In this podcast, I give you all the tools, tips, and motivation necessary to increase your self-esteem and tackle down self-doubt. Now, let's get into today's episode. Welcome to today's episode, Confidence 101, an introduction to the notion. According to Wikipedia, confidence is a state of being clear-headed, either that a hypothesis or prediction is correct, or that a chosen course of action is the best or most effective. Does it sound clear to you? Because it doesn't to me. Not sure exactly what that means. But what I do know is that confidence comes from the Latin word fidere, which means to trust. And actually, confidence is having trust in yourself. As in, you trust you can do anything, achieve your goals, succeed in life, pass an exams. The trust is in your capacities with no room for comparison. You do not believe you have to be better than or even the best at something. You know you're qualified or as good as you can be, and that's enough. On the other hand, overconfidence is excessive belief in something or someone succeeding without any regards to failure. This can lead to terrible accidents. Indeed, overconfidence is what pushes you to want to prove yourself by doing things that are outside your scope of capacities, and sometimes very dangerous things. You want to prove to yourself and others you can do the impossible. This need for validation proves that comes from a lack of confidence. Because when you are confident in yourself, you have nothing to prove. Overconfidence is very risky. You put yourself in danger, and for no other reason than trying to show off. Confidence can be a self-fulfilling prophecy, as those without it may fail or not try because they lack it, and those with it may succeed because they have it, more than because they are better. Indeed, going to sit to an exam fully prepared can go two ways. It's the best one if you are confident you studied enough and you're ready for it. It helps you to be more relaxed and able while sitting it. If despite all your work and effort, you go to an exam unsure, the stress will make you lose all your capacities to think. Instead of focusing on answering the questions, you'll be repeating yourself unhelpful and harmful demoralizing sentences and create a panic at each question. Confidence is also what helps you move forward in life. Each time you need to make a decision, confidence is what guides you to take the step toward your goals and your growth. It's so easy to make excuses anytime you need to take action to make your dreams come true or improve your life. Confidence helps you build the courage to do something you never thought you could do. For example, when it comes to join a class, you may hesitate and make a lot of excuses that may sound completely valid to you at the time. I personally love dancing, and a few years back, as a surprise to my partner, I decided to take salsa lessons. I knew he used to dance salsa and would have loved for me to be able to dance with him. So, without telling him, I enrolled with a dance teacher. After a few weeks, I knew some moves, and one evening, with my teacher, we decided to surprise my boyfriend by dancing together at a Latin night. It was a great surprise for him. He was so happy and proud to see me roll around on the dance floor. Since then, we danced together many a Latin night. This has become our favorite activity. Now, I could have made a lot of excuses not to take these dance lessons. I was way out of shape. I was maybe too old to start learning. Classes were on Thursday at 8, which is really late. And I didn't want to have to go to bed late on a Thursday. Also, I was sure I didn't have the level for the class. I've seen the other girls going there, and they were way fitter than I was. That would have been so so easy to really do nothing. The only thing I would have gotten from not taking these classes would have been to pass on many great fun, sore feet, night with my beloved as a half. I took those mental blocks and built on them instead. These 10 classes and night out actually got me back in shape and more active, generally speaking. It reminded me how much I've always loved dancing and I was missing it. I got my confidence up because I could see myself getting better and better each time. So how do you transform a mental block, those excuses you create for yourself to prevent you from moving forward, into building blocks? Powerful tools helping you to build on your confidence to do anything. Oftentimes, it's the fear of failure that prevents you from trying anything. The act of doing nothing is a choice in itself. You choose to stay where it's nice and familiar. Famous comfort zone. Of course you heard it before. This mental space, this comfort zone, where everything is familiar and feels nice and cozy. You're in control, and it makes your life look easy this way. It's also the place where you experience your lowest level of stress, and isn't it nice? It's your refuge, your shelter from the outside complicated world. But does it make it a healthy place? As nice and cozy as it is, nothing important ever happens in the comfort zone. I repeat, just so we are clear. Nothing important ever happens in the comfort zone. There is no growth, no evolution there. You could reply that you do not need to grow. You do not wish to evolve. Okay, why are you listening to this podcast then, eh? But what if your comfort zone is actually filled with toxic gas and slowly killing you? Don't you think you should find a way to get up, open the door, and start stepping outside of it? To get some fresh air, for example. To survive is a good one. Well, at first the light might hurt your eyes and the noise might make you uncomfortable, but the air is going to fill your lungs and give you a second life. You didn't even know you could have it, but a life that is much more fulfilling. You will wonder why you didn't step out earlier. Your eyes will accommodate to the new light, your ears to the noise, and in time this new world will become your world. You will be comfortable again. This image is very well illustrated in the book by Spencer Johnson, Who Moved My Cheese? Two mice are in a permanent search for cheese. Every day they enter a maze and need to find the part where they will discover their cheese of the day. At one point they find a spot that is packed with cheese and decide not to move away from it anymore. Even when things start to rot, and it may mean they will eventually starve, one of the mice refuses to leave the room with plenty of cheese. She is comfortable and feels safe there. When it's actually time for her to get moving, to find a new source of food, it's already too late. She should have taken action while it was still possible. If you think about it, when you look at the life of the people you love, a friend or a family member, don't you notice the parts of their lives you know are toxic and they could easily change? Yet, when it comes to your own life, you have excuses ready to explain why you're not making any of the changes that you would actually make your life better. We spend so much time watching others struggle and comment on it that we forget to look inwards at our own lives, our own struggles. This is just to explain that anybody can become more confident. Anybody can develop resilience. But in the first place, you have to want it. And just like anything else worth it, you have to work for it. You have to be dedicated and do the work. You need to wake up every morning knowing that you're one step closer to being this version of yourself that doesn't care about looking at what's happening in your neighbor's garden because you have your own to attend to. Building the right mentality demands work, so you need to have the right attitude towards it. The act of becoming confident will not change who you are as a person. You can be the same person, remain humble, even with a high level of confidence. And it's simple because a truly confident person doesn't spend their time thinking about how wonderful and talented they are. It's a skill that can be naturally gained through experience. Thus, it can also be learned. And believe me when I say confident people don't feel confident all the time. They have moments of sadness and insecurity. They are not sure about everything all the time. As a confidence specialist, I can tell you from a personal experience, I have my moments of doubts. I really have these times when, like anybody, I think things like, it's never gonna work. But the difference is that I do not linger into it. I rectify with, well, if I don't try, I'll never know. I'll never know if it works. And I'll never learn how to make it work. I have time when I enter a room full of people and I feel as small and insignificant as anybody could be. But I know to put myself back together, walk with my head high, in the safety of having the right to exist and be me. You may lack confidence at the moment, which is why you're listening to this podcast. But I know you do not lack courage. And you can be both shy and brave. As outgoing and sociable as you may see me, I'm actually shy in my own way too. I simply don't let it stop me from trying to meet and talk to people. It's actually the best way to relax into an uncomfortable social situation. Find someone you feel you can connect with. Go to them and start a conversation. I know it's not always easy. Sometimes you end up in a social gathering where everybody seems to know everybody. It makes it harder for you to just go and talk to someone. But if you take 3 deep, long breaths, put your head up and your hands on your hip, you will be in the position of a confident person. Fake it till you make it. Walk slowly but surely towards the most welcoming looking group and mingle for a little bit. So now, to end today's episode, I would like you to try and think about any reasons you may have to be confident right now. What makes you special? What's your talent? What's your skill? What's that thing everybody notices about you that you know you can be confident about? This is your starting point towards strong confidence. Thank you for listening until the end. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. You can find more resources on my website, www.koichiconfidencecoaching.ie. Please feel free to follow me on Instagram using the link on the episode's note. See you soon!